Young, I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro, pay 5 days stay, take a $250,000, hella final. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the should know, take off the doje, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have? You ugly, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they carry out for us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage, the market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all get it. Jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burial cries. You ugly, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they carry out for us? Serving up a look, dancing in a drop. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house, venting in the safe. Can I vent out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and booze. I can swim on my face. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies ejecting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Holla. Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage. What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? You gossip. What the is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you. I'm like overdog. I treat you like I'm Jigga. Watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic? That ain't protocol.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. From just inside the 20, a short kick, and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And some room to roam now. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 25-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground, Hall, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense for the Dolphins, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he goes out right around the 39. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Murray sliding out of the pocket. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play fake. Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes and throw the football. They're going to have a better chance to win again this week.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. In motion left is Wilson. Off play action. Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, they'll run with Hunt, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Jets are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Steps away. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice try, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission. Mostert hit and he drops the ball. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
It's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. To throw is Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Murray now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Murray. That's complete to John Ross. Finding room at midfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws, and how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
Here's Mostert, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have regained the lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be as...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And check down, complete to Hall. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Room here to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 69 yards. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-17. to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Murray. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. 95 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, here's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away from the 6. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
In motion left is Wilson. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action now. Wilson on the move to his left. Well, he's going up top for Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle. And able to work his way down to the 16.
112 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 16, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Murray off play action. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, here's Mostert again. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Jets are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action with Wilson. Out to his left. Oh, great grab by Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Moore, the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson swings this out for Hunt. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust. And unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw, it's Murray. Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
And there's your dagger right there. I tell you, there's a lot of coaches in the league that would not have gone for it on 4th down. But with a 2-score lead, they roll the dice. Get the first down, and that should be enough to salt this one away.
Back to throw it. Murray. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 26 yards. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A handoff for Hall. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Dolphins, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the